Salt Lake City is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. Low crime, decent weather, and plenty of good jobs makes the Utah capital a very desirable place to live. With an increasing population, though, comes an increase in the number of passengers traveling by air. Salt Lake City International Airport's first passenger terminal opened in 1933. Over the years, the airport added a second terminal, additional concourses, and an international terminal. These facilities were only meant to accommodate up to around 10 million annual passengers, but Salt Lake City's airport traffic has since dramatically increased to more than double that at 26 million annual passengers. Combine that with the congestion passengers experienced at the airport before the pandemic and the older facilities which were not built to absorb the forces from earthquakes, Salt Lake City International Airport was in desperate need of a massive redevelopment. So the airport officials started from scratch and designed and built a whole new airport to meet the needs of the public. This is Salt Lake City's new $4.1 billion airport. Before we begin, make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on so you can stay up to date on the latest architectural projects and statistics. Salt Lake City opened its first passenger terminal in 1933. United Airlines was the first airline at the newly opened airport, providing flights between New York City and San Francisco. As air travel became more popular, the U.S. Air Force established a base at the airport during World War II, and with that brought a new runway. Around this time, the airport saw 42 average weekly departures, 18 on Western Airlines, 17 on United Airlines, and 7 on Frontier Airlines. Western Airlines made Salt Lake City one of its hub airports around this time as well. In 1986, the airport saw its first international flight, a non-stop route to Calgary, Canada via Western Airlines. Later on in this decade, Western Airlines merged with Delta Airlines, which provided Delta a new hub airport. Today, Salt Lake City remains a major hub for Delta. The first transatlantic route from Salt Lake City started in June 2008, a Delta Airlines flight to Charles de Gaulle International Airport in Paris, France. In November of the same year, the first non-stop Asian route out of Salt Lake City began with service to Tokyo Narita International Airport in Japan, again with Delta Airlines. Over time, more airlines have come to the airport, making SLC the Crosswinds of the West. Salt Lake City International Airport, as I'm sure you can tell, is very old. Similar to a lot of US airports, when they first opened, they were state-of-the-art, but as times change and airport designs evolve, many US airports have not caught up in refurbishing their airports to modern standards. This leaves us with old, congested, and dingy terminals that can look third world when compared to the newer airports in Asia and the Middle East. And as I'm sure you can tell by some facts I stated earlier in the video, Salt Lake City International Airport has a major congestion problem. The older facilities were only meant for 10 million annual passengers, and today, Salt Lake City sees over 26 million annual passengers. So yeah, Salt Lake City had major congestion problems, and it only got worse as airlines continued to add flights in. While there are many factors that can contribute to major congestion at an airport, the biggest one is simply the design, or more specifically, the layout. When airports first opened terminals, they were usually just small rectangular buildings where planes could park at. As airports wanted to add more gates, they added concourses, which are extensions added onto a terminal. As you can tell by this graphic, this is how the old Salt Lake City airport was laid out. The problem to this approach is that as more gates are added, planes only have one way in or out between concourses. The most common solution to this problem that is used in many airports today are what's known as satellite concourses, which are concourses that are completely separated from the main terminal above ground and are usually connected by underground walkways or automated people movers. This approach enables multiple ways for planes to taxi when arriving and departing, which can dramatically ease congestion as airports expand. This is the approach that Salt Lake City is taking with the new Salt Lake City International Airport. Construction began on the new terminal in 2014. The new airport is being built in 2 phases. The first phase includes demolition of Concourse E, construction of the new north and south concourses, and a new parking garage. The remaining old concourses will be connected to the new south concourse until Phase 2 completes. Phase 1 completed and open to the public in September of 2020. Phase 2 includes demolition of all of the old concourses and additional gates to the new concourses, which will complete in 2024. In addition to obviously improving the congestion problems that the old airport faced, the new airport also has a very nice new interior. While it may not have all of the bells and whistles that you find in airports like Singapore's Changi International Airport, the new airport does look really modern and clean on the inside, and I really like it. There is also a lot of cool artwork in the new terminal, like the canyon wall. Delta also built a new Sky Club, which they claim is the largest to date. For those that do not know, the Delta Sky Club is Delta's lounge. The new airport also features a new greeting room, which is a nice place to meet friends and family that are arriving into the airport. Overall, public feedback has been very positive for the new airport, and it should happily serve Salt Lake City's travelers for the next couple of decades. So that is Salt Lake City's new $4.1 billion airport. In my opinion, I think it is a very nice airport and that it will dramatically help solve the congestion problems that the old airport had. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think of the new airport. Do you like it or dislike it, and why? Thank you very much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.